immediately again, I just know what's gonna happen. It's like, so I usually have to wait like 2 or 3 years.
For me, this is just really weird because like this is now the fourth event we've done, the fourth or fifth large event we've done. We've done 2 summer leagues and 2 winter leagues, so I guess that's fourth, yeah. So this is our like fourth large event we've done, and to think that this one's just seemed to have passed so quickly, yet the level of play of players has just increased ridiculously throughout. Like, it's just absolutely crazy, and can't believe it's coming to end. Thankfully, we've got a lot more stuff on the way. We've got a second season of the team league coming up, and we've got something also coming up before the summer league too. So that'll be pretty cool, but we can't tell you about that just yet.
No, we can't.
Well, you
It's so
can't because you don't know what it.
yeah, I was just about to say that it's so secret that even I don't know about it. But
It's a secret. It's
we
only
have
an
a,
idea in my head.
we have a winners match in our hands right now. It's going to be Armani, the Blue Zerg, in the bottom here. And ooh, look at this! Okay, never mind. I so wished he would not cancel that extractor, but he did. And in the top, it's going to be
First on
solar.
10? That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird, but yeah, stranger things have happened. So far, a pretty normal opening, and we can be expecting either a 14 pool or a 15 hatch, or their variants at this point in time, as neither player is really doing anything out of the ordinary, and it looks like it is going to be a 15 hatch from Armani. Solar playing a little bit safer, getting his 14 pool down, and yeah, really, I don't really expect neither of these guys to have a huge advantage given the openings. I mean, the gas timings are going to be pretty darn similar as it is.
This match though should have so many mind games built in it because these guys they practice together and
Yeah.
like they do. They're good friends. They're on the same team, and really intrigued to just see what exactly they're gonna do. As we do see a gas coming up for Armani, yes, he's gonna be the aggressor, and that doesn't really surprise me. I don't think because Solo in a macro game is gonna be the better player. I think.
Yeah,
So,
and Solar is opening without gases whatsoever. Now this usually signifies roach play, because otherwise you do want that gas down. But with roaches, with the +1 timing, for example, or a 1-1 timing of 2 bases into a third, that's a pretty strong play on this map. You can wall off with 2 Evos, a Spine Crawler, and a Queen or 2 at the front here. So right now we have the 2 links from Solar heading into Armani's main base. He's going to scout out the... he's going to be basically looking at the gas and how many drones have been pulled off. And we can see that Armani is actually... Oh, there he pulls 2 drones. Oh, okay, that was 3 drones actually. So, this is interesting.
so I love gasless ZVZ. I'm just gonna say that. I think it's so strong as long as you don't die. Like it's just so strong to go straight into them roaches. As long as you can, and it creates this really cool.
The thing is, as your connection is breaking up and you're lagging, don't disconnect. Okay, you're back in game. I just can't hear you.
Yeah. The good thing nowadays is even though I still lag sometimes, it doesn't happen forever. It's slowly getting better. I need to be right back once I shut my door.
Yeah. So while Solar is going to get like 4 queens, interesting thing is that most of the time what is going to define the ZVZ with a gas opening like Armani did right now is he going to start producing lings right now as the hatch, as the larva pop, or not? If he's going into drones, okay, he's going into third base, as Wardy is lagging out, and he'll probably have to disconnect from the game. Yep, as Wardy has left the game. The metabolic boost is finishing, and this is usually the timing when a Zerg in Armani's position can just flood lings, and he would probably be successful at that given the fact that there is not a wall off here. We don't have yet the Roach Warren down, so slow lings versus speed lings and those kinds of numbers, not really would be going well for Solar. There's the lair for him as well. Now Armani taking a very fast third base, still droning up as he needs to saturate these gases at the natural expansion so that he can go into lair by himself, as we have 4 drones here on this extractor. Now again, I want to see if he is going to be saturating the third base, or if he's just going to try and use it as sort of as a macro hash and try to pressure his opponent. I think it's going to be the first option. He's going to be saturating that one, because it's a little bit too late for that kind of attack. Usually it doesn't work. And he's mining quite a bit of gas himself right now, so he has to have a follow-up planned. There's the evolution chamber and a roach warren of his own. The lair is quite behind his opponents though, as we'll probably see Glial Reconstitution being queued up here by Solar as the lair finishes, and he'll try to go for that roach timing as the third is coming up here for him as well. Armani going to try and pressure that with speedlings. Now Solar has to be careful because he does not have enough roaches out yet to defend a high number of speedlings. The more that are going to come in, they can actually pick off this queen and all these 5 roaches if they wanted to, depending on the numbers. Behind this, Armani going to be droning up and saturating his third base. Let's see what his choice of tech will be. So far, I'm a little bit torn on what he's trying to do, but it looks like it is going to be roaches. Now Armani, since he played a very interesting mix of pressure and econ, he's ahead in workers, and he does have the mobility advantage. Yeah, the Overlord spread from Solar is outstanding, but Armani has the units that are faster. He's got the units that can move about the map very quickly. So until Solar has a high enough army count in those roaches, until his Glial Reconstitution finishes, he won't be able to move out and about on the map too much, and this is going to allow Armani to do stuff like this. Pick off a drone here or there, try to run in for some scouting, pick off even more drones. If we take a look, 3 drones already have been picked off by only a couple of lings. And there's the Hydra Den, very quick Hydra Den here from Armani, not even waiting for his roach numbers to get quite high enough. Now, if you do this, you might open yourself up to a heavy roach attack by your opponent, because you're going to be trying to save up money for Hydralisks, whereas your opponent will just come in at you with a mass of roaches. But it doesn't look like Solar quite has the numbers yet. And his burrow is not yet done. Interestingly enough, he's getting +1 carapace without the +1 attack. And finally, Armani sneaks a couple of lings inside the main base of Solar. And he sees no Spire anywhere. He sees no Hydroden. So he's going to be feeling quite safe. And here's the roach explosion from Solar, and he's definitely going to go on the offensive. 17 drones on the minerals. Maybe he does not even intend to take these additional gases. It's not like he needs them right now. He's not the one going into caster is lagging now. He's not the one going into Hydras and eventually you know, other tech, but he doesn't end up taking 1 gas over there. Still producing more and more roaches, staying on 64 drones. This is going to be very interesting. Again, this is only just to scout and pick off a couple of drones there. Good moves by Armani, and both players trying to max out on their army composition of choice. I have to give the edge a little bit here to Armani, because with those Hydralisks that are going to be coming in, he will have the DPS advantage. If he gets the ratio right, if he gets the good ratio between roaches and Hydras, he will be able to just overpower, in terms of damage output, the army of his opponent, because he has the pure body of roaches, can withstand quite a lot of punishment. But if you have like 1/4 of Hydras compared to your opponents with the same army supplies, then you are going to have a higher DPS, and you can reinforce with more roaches as well. And if we take a look here at the roach numbers, 55 to 43, but we have 7 Hydras here. They are going to start doing some serious hurt on Solar's roaches, and right now it becomes a positional game at this point in time. Another advantage that Armani has in in the sense of having those Hydras in his army. As he traverses the map, he can start picking off the overlords of his opponent. This will end up helping him later on down the road when he needs to start doing run-bys with a couple of roaches, or just position his army in such a way that Solar will not know exactly where the army is. Whereas his overlords will still be freely roaming the map without Solar being able to kill that off. That's why he added his own Hydra in now, and he is getting that those Hydra numbers up a little bit. Armani a little bit ahead in this regard now. Both players are maxed out, so let's take a look at the unit counts. It's 48 roaches, 52 roaches, and here we have 13 Hydras and 11 Hydras upgrades. Well, Solar is going to have the advantage of having that +1 carapace, which Armani only just now started. But attack upgrades are similar. We have no infestors out on the field, so we're going to see a little bit of a very cautious game, I would say, for the time being. I really like this from Solar. The burrow player with the roaches trying to pick off as many drones as possible, pulling the army of Armani completely out of position. Wow, army of Armani! I'm going to be a poet in a couple of these matches. But in the end, because of Armani's good creep spread, Solar chose not to attack. And we can see Armani again ahead of the curve, getting his infestation pit down. Who'll have the better concave here? It looks like Solar is getting the better end of the engagement, but does he have the DPS? Scratch that! Does he have the meat shield? It looks like he does, and he's pushing Armani back. Armani needs to reinforce. Look how many Hydras he's reinforcing with, whereas Solar choosing to produce a lot more roaches than his opponent is. And he's maxed out way quicker as well. His tunneling claws will be finishing up. Actually, both players' tunneling claws will be finishing up. Solar does not have an overseer with his army, though, which is going to cause a little bit of a problem for him in a couple of seconds, like right now, as Armani tries to defend. And here comes Solar. Tries to get a good engagement here. Hydras are well positioned. Burrow play not yet coming into play, and in the end, Armani is forcing Solar back with the shorter reinforcement routes as well. He will be able to reinforce this very, very, very quickly, and it looks like this is going to be a pretty even trade, I'd say. Armani going to wait for additional roach reinforcements that are just now hatching, but Solar not continuing the pressure. He's got the 4th base up right now. His opponent did break down these rocks and did get a base of his own there as well. Still, 0 infestors being seen. We actually don't even have the pathogen glands upgrade being researched, so this could just be for getting a hive and try to get +3 attacks on the roaches. But for the time being, both players are going to be preoccupied with 4th bases of their respective opponents and harassment. Look at this. Solar saw this coming, burrowed all of his drones. So unfortunately Armani will walk away almost empty-handed with these roaches. He is going to check if there is a 5th base by any chance for his opponent. And Solar anticipating the movements of his opponent so well, this time not forgetting to bring an overseer with his army, so he's going to be able to detect these roaches and kill them off. As I said, this is going to be a cautious game for the time being, since both players are going Roach Hydra without infestors. So this is a game of economy, macro, and upgrades. Upgrades being equal. Nice pre-spread here by Armani. And Solar may get surrounded here. Nice flank from Armani. He does have that +1 carapace and +2 carapace. Is it going to come into big play here for Solar as more roaches are coming in? Now it looks like there are no roaches of Armani left, which means his army is going to start falling very, very rapidly here. And he might end up losing a lot of drones at this point in this location. More roaches are coming in, but at this point in time, Armani's reinforcements will be coming in small groups and small numbers. So taking care of these 5 roaches is going to take a longer while than Armani would have ideally wished for. Having to build or burrow additional spines here as there is a Roach Hydra Remax of his opponent immediately trying to keep up the pressure, but with these spines, I don't think Solar wants to be pushing into this location. Instead, maybe he'll try to hit the natural base or some other base, and yeah, there are a couple of burrowed roaches here. He even has roaches inside Armani's main base. And still no additional tech coming out of neither of these players, but if we take a look at the supply, Armani just lost so many drones in the last attack. 22 to 14 workers skilled, and right now this should be it. As GG is called, Armani seeing that Solar has a vastly superior army number.